Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Lauren, and I am the Director of Marketing for St. Mary's University of Minnesota. So my job primarily is on the Twin Cities campus, although we have 5 campuses in the state of Minnesota, including our undergraduate campus in Winona. My job consists of advertising. I'm sorry, you're having a hard time hearing me?
I want to shut that door.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So my job primarily consists of advertising, and then also with that is social media. I work with a whole team of social media experts at our school that I manage. Most of them are 22. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through kind of some ideas and some goals that you might have moving forward in social media, mostly focusing on Facebook, just so you're aware as you go on. So I'm going to first show you a video because I think it's important for everybody to understand that sometimes we fail at social media, and it's okay. Hopefully it'll play. What? This is a fail too.
Oh, cool. What? I just got to get a connection on LinkedIn. That's my feed. Stop. Just Snapchat my girl. Weird side. Jack sent it to the story. You get my story, my personal story.
No, that's not how it works.
That's 17,000 people. Yeah, they all got it. Hey guys, I just added you to my bestie circle on Google Plus. On what? Google Plus. It's a social media site. Google. Now we're on Google Plus. Oh, it's for real? Yeah, it is. Go home. Go home, Russ. You're drunk. Maybe toasted with nothing on it. And they all look the same because it's an untoasted piece of bread.
I am so sick and tired of
Well, how does all you do it?
all hate.
guys, thanks so much for checking out our next challenge video. Make sure to subscribe and let us know in the comment section below what challenge you want to see us do next. Alright guys, check you next Tuesday with another video. Yeah. Why is this 30 years old? Well, we got today. What? I keep searching my ex-girlfriend on Facebook, but nothing's coming up. Actually, like 16 posts literally just remained lost.
So everybody fails with social media. I have failed with social media. Oops. So we are going to move on. Why social media? Social media is the outlet that provides the word of mouth you're used to, but it's amplified. So I think when I work with small businesses, the thing that they tell me the most is that they get the most business from word of mouth. Well, this is nothing more, but it's amplified. So it's important that you're on social media. And we're also going to look at your new customer base growth. These are just some stats that I think are incredibly impressive. But if we look at millennials, 90% of them are on social media every single day. So it's a pretty impressive stat. Generation X, which is my generation, we're on social media 75%, or 75% of us are on social media every single day. But this is a stat that I absolutely love and I'm blown away by, and it continues to increase. 50% of baby boomers are on social media every single day. And I think a big reason of that is because they're connecting with their kids and their grandkids. We're also spread out across the United States, so it's important that they're on social media for sure. So managing your social media can be very overwhelming at times. I was just talking to this young lady here, and it is. It's overwhelming. You're running a business. The last thing you want to do is sit back and take pictures so you can post them on Facebook. So of course you want to know, how can I create an ad that is effective? Make sure that my posts are engaging, but most importantly, how are you going to drive sales using social media? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I think the most important criteria to remember is you have to know your audience. So who are your customers? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? And why are they searching out your services? And that will ultimately help you to choose the social media platforms that you're going to be using. You want to utilize each platform to its full potential. And again, you don't need to utilize every social media platform. Think about your audience and where they are, and pick just a couple of different channels and do them really well, instead of spreading yourself too thin. So we're going to start by Facebook here. Some really interesting stats. 72% of all Americans use Facebook. It's pretty incredible. 66% of those have an average household income of over $50,000. And Facebook users are seeking information. They want to know what recipe to make, so they're looking at Tasty. And they also usually get their news on Facebook as well. So they're seeking information. About 18 months ago, Facebook changed their rules for small businesses, and it has now become a pay-to-play atmosphere. So unless you're getting incredible shares off of your Facebook posts, which are amazing, cheers to you, you're usually being fed down to maybe 10% of your entire audience on Facebook without boosting or using some type of monetary token to be able to increase your awareness, your reach, and your visibility. So here's just an example. Without a boost, I reached 32 people. This is just an idea cover photo though, so I'm not going to use this. I just wanted to give you an idea. The 32 people I reached, and 5 people liked it, and honestly, those 5 people were best friends. But with the boost, I'm super excited to be here helping Tessman out today. So I posted on my own personal business Facebook page that I was really excited to be here, and then I posted a link to my blog, Why Social Media, and again, it's really based for small business. But as you can see, I spent, my entire budget was $30 for this. So I saved this, and I still have $15 left. but I reached 854 people, and it's 24 likes, and it's some guy comment. I think it's okay. But I think the most important stat that's actually not here is how many people clicked through to that and went straight to my website and read my blog. And 43 people had that I never seen before. So that means they're coming to my website, and hopefully while they're there, they're staying, they're doing a little bit of research, and they're understanding me as a business person, and maybe I can help them out. So, answer your question.
I was just wondering, when it says 800 and whatever, it says 54 people reached, how do you know how do they know if how that was reached? Because when I did a post myself too, and I was wondering, okay, well, was the real target 7,000 people, but only 824 were reached? How was that measured? That was always confusing.
Sure, when you go into boost to post or you go into target post on Facebook, now they're two different things actually. But let's talk about boosting first.
Okay.
So when you go into boost to post on Facebook, you're actually going to post on your newsfeed, right? So it's going to stay on your newsfeed. But then you go boost post, you click the little boost post, and it'll give you this demographic kind of area, this little graph, which will tell you that your criteria is too thin, you're not going to reach enough people, or it's too broad, you're not going to reach the right targeted audience. So with the boosted post, you can still do a geographic area target, you can still do a demographic target. You're not going to have nearly the amount of going really deep down into developing that demographic on a boosted post as you would a target post, which we'll get to. But what you really want to focus on, again, is knowing who your audience is. So when you look at the detailed boosts or the target posts, you can reach people who are interested in gardening. You can reach people who love to travel. You can reach people, if let's say you have a business in Lakeville and you just want to grow your Lakeville base. You can target geographically simply to Lakeville if you wanted to. These are more engagement pieces. At the end of the day, it's all about making a sale, right? So what you can do, and I did not include this in my presentation, but I'm going to tell you, what you can do is create a pixel on Facebook, and that pixel, if you have your web designer, your web person, put it in the back end of your website, they can actually track the conversions that you want. So let's say you sell things on your website. You can set up your pixel to track how many sales came from your Facebook ad. And then you'll say, okay, well this Facebook ad, maybe I invested $150 into it, whatever it might be, but I was able to track and I got 3 sales out of it, and my ROI was $400. So you can do that as well. And maybe this is something that we need to talk about a little bit more after.
Okay, thank you.
There's so much. So here's the targeted post. I just took a little clip, but why do you want to target? This is something that, again, you want to target by geographic location, and you can target really anywhere you want in the world as long as they allow Facebook to be there. China, you cannot. Demographics. So you're looking for people who like to garden, who like to travel, who maybe are teachers or educators. Those are the people I'm looking for in my job. That you want to target. And I think the biggest joke that I always say is that everybody's so worried about the MSA and what the MSA has on you, and they have nothing on you that Facebook has. I mean, people are willingly giving this information out, and I can target incredibly with a very small criteria. So it's incredible. Also, the targeted post, you're not wasting eyeballs. Like, let's say you have a billboard up. Maybe 5% of the people who are looking at your billboard are actually going after your product. They actually want your product. With a targeted Facebook ad, you can target simply down to your target audience. So you're not wasting any of those eyeballs. Again, you'll see up in the top, this is what I was talking about, the audience definition, which is that little half circle. So if you get too specific in your requirements of who you're looking for, maybe it's a smaller geographic area, it'll tell you that you're too specific. So it kind of guides you, and I also use this as a research tool as well. So if I want to promote a certain program or a certain product, and my criteria is maybe too specific, maybe that means that my product is not necessarily wanted or needed in that particular area. So I'll move on to a different area. So video on Facebook is huge. And they just changed, this is the second algorithm change that they made last June. What they did is they're promoting more video on Facebook than anything else. So blog posts, photos, photo albums, Facebook is kind of pushing those down and they're re-promoting your videos. So it's really simple though, I just want to throw this out there. Take your beautiful photos. You guys have amazing photos, you sell amazing products, right? Put them together in a slideshow, an iMovie, or Windows Movie Maker, super simple, and it becomes a video, and you post it on Facebook. Make sure you put captions, because 90% of the people who are scrolling through Facebook, they don't listen to the sound, so you want to caption them with captions. But here's a really good example. So this post on the right, it was just a share of another daily news story that we put up on our social media Facebook page. We reached 1,951 people. Not bad, not good. Over here is a video. We reached over 10,000 people. And this was all organic. We did not pay or boost for any of this. Granted, I will say it's pretty big news when a school gets a $1.5 million donation. So alumni love that, parents love that. But at the same time, there's a huge difference in your organic reach that we able to get. So we're going to talk about a few ideas here. Has anybody here tried Facebook Live yet? And look at that. Because I was talking about them, and they're pretty, have you tried it yet?
I've participated on it.
Okay. Facebook Live is super cool. It just launched a couple months ago. And you can do engaging Q&A sessions with your audience and answer live questions. Let's say you can take your business and teach somebody something that you do. I mean, you can host a how-to properly repot a plant. This is very basic, and I get that, but I'm very basic when it comes to anything green. So, but you know what's really hot? Herbs. Herbs are a really hot topic. So how can you teach somebody to grow herbs in their kitchen? You know, simple. I will say, if you do decide to do a Facebook Live video, you have to properly promote it beforehand. You can't just go live. You know, make sure you're telling your audience, hey, we're going to do a Facebook Live, this is the topic, sign on. And then ask for questions. You want that interaction. You want to become a thought leader. So make sure you're asking for questions. And if nobody's providing questions to you or asking the questions, have a list of questions that you can just cheat off of. Because they might not just be asking them, even though they want to know. So the key takeaway from Facebook is I want you to use this to establish yourself as an expert in the field. First and foremost, think information and how you can give good information to your followers. We're going to move on to Instagram. And
I got a question on Facebook.
Yeah.
What's too much then? Like posting too many pictures, because I know it drives me crazy when I see your newsfeed just filled up. Like, is there a research study on that? They shouldn't do it so often or
there is.
so many times a day?
It's because you're a man. No, it's helpful. I'm so sorry. Generally speaking, in Facebook, and there are really good times to post on Facebook and really bad times to post on Facebook. Generally, weekdays after 1. Usually people it's called white collar crime. People are going back after lunch, they're sitting down at their desk, and what are they doing? They're not working. They're going to Facebook. And so, generally speaking, around the 1 to 3 o'clock area, Monday through Friday, is a really great time to post on Facebook. If you're looking at, if you want to continuously post on Facebook, you have to post information that is relevant, that your followers want, that your audience wants. And if you're continuously posting that, it really won't matter if you're posting 10 times a day or 10 times a week or 10 times a month. Because, there are guidelines more for Instagram, really, than anything else. Instagram is maybe 1 to 2 posts a day at the very most for Instagram. Snapchat, you can go on and on and on. Twitter is such a fast-moving social media that you can post all day long. And you can repost what you've already posted, and you're not going to have the same person twice. So there are definitely different guidelines for different platforms. So IKEA just launched this week. I don't know if you can hear it.
You have to turn it up a little bit.
This one doesn't have less sound. We're not talking about this one. Have you guys been in like a restaurant where people are taking photos of their food? Yeah, for Instagram. I love it. So they just launched this week. I was so excited because I had something else in there, and then it came out. And oh, I can use that. You know, as a marketer, I just thought it was phenomenal, and I thought, oh, I have the brains to come with that. So Instagram, 78% of Instagram users are aged 18 to 49. So when you think it's just kids and millennials, it's not. 52% of users make $50,000 or more a year. That's higher than the national average. So it's a good point. Over 300 million monthly users on Instagram. So while Facebook is informational, Instagram is very visual. So I don't know if you can kind of see from way back there, but this is design landscapes out of Utah. And what they did, they did this landscaping project, took a photo while it was all going, there's a fire, the fountains are going to close it. It's beautiful, right? And then they take Landscapers Unite, and Landscapers Unite is an aggregator, posted it. How many of you follow like cats on Instagram? Or dogs on Instagram? Really? Seriously, it's awesome. I really follow them on Instagram. How many of you are on Instagram? Okay, follow cats on Instagram. There's also a hamster in there. You know, I'm just saying, when you have one of those days where you're sitting at your desk and you're like, you know, the pen and you're shooting that out, you go and you look at pictures on Instagram and your day is so much better. I mean, nothing can compare. But here's another really great example. What I like about this is, of course, they take the original photographer for more visibility, which is awesome. But I liked this too. This is legit long life goals. So that somebody posted a really fun post, and that engages as well. And then they take people that they also want to come and see this photo. So they have 346 likes on this photo. The only thing that I personally, as a marketer, would have done differently for something like this, because it's a gorgeous photo, very visually appealing, is use hashtags. So you've got Midwest Landscape that I thought of, Grass So Green, Perfect Lawn, Cedar Ridge, Landscapers Unite. Cedar Ridge and Landscapers Unite are the two posters on Instagram. So when you're looking at doing hashtags, the couple of things you want to remember with that is you want to do a search for hashtags that people are using, first of all. Because if you want to have that large reach, if they're searching out Midwest Landscapes or Perfect Lawn, then you're going to come up, right? You're going to pop up. So you're reaching people who don't know who you are. But then also try to use hashtags that are personal to you and unique to you. Because then you're going to be also reaching out to the people who do know who you are. So they can just search the hashtag and your photo will pop up, or whatever you're taking or hashtag will pop up. So that's something important to remember. How you guys doing? That's good. We're going to move on to Pinterest. So Pinterest, this this is like right up your alley, guys, okay? This is huge. 87% of parents have purchased a product because they saw it on Pinterest. And 93% of them have researched future purchases on Pinterest. So if you guys sell a visual product, create an album and pin in it daily. You have to. This is insane because not only are they going to come to Pinterest to look for you, but they're also looking for you on Google when they do a Google search, right? So, or Bing or whatever. And Pinterest will come up. If they're searching for, here's a good example, how to make an herb garden on a palette, right? So, if you can be fun and inventive on Pinterest, that goes a long way. How to make your backyard awesome. So, what I love about this particular picture, and I hope you can see it, it's got a ladder, it's got flowers. I am so not well versed in floral language, okay? So it's got really pretty flowers. But what I love about this is that they put it all together to create a picture perfect. So maybe you sell 5 of those products. Don't take a picture of each product, right, and put it up on Pinterest or Instagram. Put it all together because what you're doing then is you're giving your customer a complete visual of the products that you do sell, and they're going to buy more because they'll be able to see it all put together as one. I'm sorry, you had a question?
So on Pinterest, your keywords, is that just your little caption? It's not hashtags and stuff like that. It's just your description.
Absolutely. Actually, you can use both Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All use hashtags. Twitter is a little bit different in the sense that you only have 140 characters, so you have to be really unique with your hashtags and how many you're going to choose to use and what message you want to put out there. But certainly Pinterest, describe it using words that your audience is using. Don't get too technical. Don't necessarily be the expert when you're describing something. You can see a lot of them say DIY because clearly that's a large search, is DIY. This is what I need help with. Why are my plants turning yellow? And you can also be a thought leader. Yeah.
I was just going to share, my daughters are in 4-H and we just took plants to the show, or to the 4-H judging. You don't believe how many people we've heard say, we found this project on Pinterest. And I never thought about it really either, about putting anything on Pinterest.
Oh my gosh, the best ideas are
Yeah.
Maybe weddings. I mean, it's incredible. Pinterest is made up of women like me. And women who have money to buy things with, and who want to get ideas, and who want to be creative, but maybe they're not the creative ones, right? So you're there to offer up your products so that you're giving them the ideas, and you're kind of laying it all out in front of them. So if you sell multiple products, put them all together in a pretty picture. So that they say, oh, well, I see how this is now visualized. And then they'll I always do. Much to Dave's, my husband's sugar. So Twitter is fast moving. If you want to post often, kind of what I like to do on Twitter, and my Twitter feed is actually private right now, but what I like to do on Twitter is I like to take thought leaders in conversations, because if they take me back, it's instant street cred. So they all of a sudden be like, oh, she knows what she's talking about. I do. But then their followers start to follow me as well. So it works out really well with that respect. You can post short, snappy videos. I would say no longer than 15 to 30 seconds. If you can do 15 seconds, that's where I would go. Because again, Twitter, scroll. They're not stopping. And you only have 140 characters to make them count. And no matter where you're from, think of Donald Trump. He makes us 140 characters. Regardless of whether or not you like him or agree with him, he makes us 140 characters count. So here's a great example. Landscaping ideas to try before it's too late. Now, clearly they don't know how to spell. That's okay. You have hashtags though that are universal. Again, hashtag landscaping, and then hashtag teen-day homes. So you're reaching out to people who don't know. You're reaching out to people who do know. Snapchat. How many of you guys are on Snapchat? I always see was you, and then who's, yeah, the guy in the back, absolutely. I'm just going to say this much. Tackle the other guys first. Tackle Facebook, tackle Instagram, tackle Pinterest. Don't tackle Snapchat yet. It is growing, unless you know what you're doing. Okay? It is growing. It surpassed Twitter with average monthly users in June, and they have 150 million daily users. And the fastest growing segment of users are 25 to 44-year-olds, which is your segment. I get that. But it's really a difficult platform to be able to use unless you know what you're doing. So unless you have somebody that can sit down with you, I use my 15-year-old, and kind of go over how do I capture any stats that might come along with it, because it's really difficult to capture stats. You can't just sign up for a Hootsuite or another social media aggregator and get those stats. It's really difficult. But I want to throw it out there just in case somebody else had some good background on Snapchat. So just some ideas for Snapchat. Behind the scenes action. I follow this guy, his name is Chalk John, and he is a chocolatier. And come on, there is nothing like watching chocolate go around and cook. And it's amazing, and it's stress relieving, it's awesome, and it's great. But it's always behind the scenes action. And so you get to kind of get a feel of who this guy is, and it almost creates this trustworthy relationship. And I know them, even though it's just on Snapchat, so I'm going to buy their products, right? So more of a behind the scenes action, a day in the life. If you guys have an employee that is charismatic and is energetic and has kind of a fun job, a day in the life is kind of a fun thing. And he was totally clueless. Behind the scenes, you know, in a day in life, a lot of fun. You're not going to sell a lot of product, I don't think, off of Snapchat as of yet. But I think it's a great way to engage with your audience. And I think it's a great way to kind of create a trustworthy relationship with them, even though you have no idea who they are. The most important thing about Snapchat is you want to make it fun. You do not want to make any of your Snapchat posts stuffy in any way. So here we are at the end of the presentation, and what I want you to understand, the key takeaways are, you guys, you make incredible products. You have incredibly visually appealing products, and you work really, really hard to create these products. You should be sharing them. You should be sharing them from the rooftops. Regardless of whether or not you want to create sales out of it, just to be able to create a connection with your audience and with your potential customers is absolutely worth it. The other thing is to just remember to be authentic. Being authentic will always shine through your messaging. If you're trying to be